The 300-year-old jail is full of menace and melancholy. Many visitors and staff believe the place is haunted by the ghosts of its poor victims and its cruel jailers. And once you walk the corridors, you can see why. This place is fascinating, Wicklow Jail, and I must say I'm scared already. Can you tell us sort of when it was established and what kind of people were sent here?
Well, it was opened in 1702 and it closed in 1924, and it was a regular prison. People, murderers, rapists, people who stole. But then, of course, there was also people in here who were hungry. They stole food because they were hungry. One lady stole potatoes to feed her 2 small children. Her children were taken off of her, they were very young, and put in a workhouse. And she was sent to Australia. She never came back. Now, we have no record of what happened to her when she left, but you can imagine it must have been horrendous.
Horrific. Now, you're in costume at the moment.
I am, yes.
And usually you play a lady called Mary?
Mary Morris. She was the school teacher here, and she did exist, and she married one of the officers at the time, and after 8 years he became the governor, and he was the last governor in Wicklow Jail. And both of them are buried out in Ashford.
And there are also other people in character, so when you come in for a tour, that's
an
experience.
First thing you see is the jailer, Richard Hoey. He also existed, and he takes the prisoners in and shows them the first cell, then brings them down, and they get an idea of what he was like. He was a horrible, horrible man. He used to keep 100 people in one room. He fed them when he felt like it, did exactly what he did. There was men, women and children held in that one cell, so you can imagine the stories that would have been told from there.
Seriously, this place is really creepy. Now I need to clear my head. There's a beautiful place in Wicklow, a hidden gem called Mount Usher Gardens in Ashford. That's where we're off to next. Mount Usher is located on the banks of the pristine Vartree River that rises in the heartland of Wicklow. The gardens were first laid down here over 140 years ago on the site of an old mill. Mount Usher is now regarded as one of the finest ornamental gardens in Ireland. Here you'll find trees and shrubs from exotic corners of the world flourishing in a beautiful riverside setting. The Garden of Ireland was the name given to Wicklow to acknowledge its unique diversity of landscape. Visitors can best sample that diversity during the Wicklow Gardens Festival, which runs every year from Easter to the end of September, featuring more than 30 beautiful gardens. Leaving Mount Usher as we head back to the mountains and drive by the picturesque Vartree Reservoir in the village of Roundwood. The Vartree Reservoir was completed in 1868 to supply Dublin City with clean Wicklow water. It was the most advanced reservoir in the world in its day and served as a model for city waterworks for places like Sydney, Montreal or Calcutta. Near Roundwood, you'll find one of the most unique parks in the whole of Ireland. Open from May to the end of August, Victoria's Way is an Indian and philosophy park where stunning sculptures are strategically placed in a 22-acre park of unspoilt Wicklow countryside. Victoria's Way is another of those unexpected Wicklow gems. Created by Victor Longheld, a former Buddhist monk, Victoria's Way is a fantastic achievement of human artistic endeavour in harmony with nature. Victor has created his unique vision of the various stages of life. Experience here tranquility, chaos, sensuality, or meditation. You'll get some of the most beautiful views in the country here at Loch Tay. Situated in the middle of the Wicklow Way, this is visited by hundreds of people every year, and you can see why. One of the most spectacular walks in Ireland is the extensive Wicklow Way. This 132-kilometre walk starts in Dublin and extends all the way to County Carlow. It runs through a beautiful combination of parkland, forest, mountain and countryside scenes abounding in flora and fauna. The walk is usually divided in 7 stages with strategically placed accommodation and refreshment venues along the way. There are also several options of 1.5-day walks along the Wicklow Way, many of them centred around scenic Loch Tay. Now, if you're into activities, then Ballinasloe mountain bike trail is the thing for you. Designed by one of the world leaders in the sport, this 14-kilometre trail is one of the best locations to enjoy off-road biking in Ireland. From Loch Tay, we'll drive up to Sally Gap, a scenic junction along the 300-kilometre military road. This mountain road was constructed in 1803 to hunt down the last of the county's legendary rebels. The road is a truly spectacular drive or cycle route through some of the finest unspoiled mountain scenery in Ireland. At Sally Gap, we'll turn right back towards the Irish Sea. Note the Liffey Head Bridge along the way. Here starts the flow of the famous Dublin River, winding down through Blanket Peat to slowly make its way to the capital. On the way down, we'll pass through Glen Cree and its dedicated peace centre and German war cemetery. Enniskerry is a lovely traditional village with quaint cafes and antique shops. Nearby is the spectacular Powerscourt estate. Powerscourt is rightly judged as one of the greatest gardens in Europe. Unfortunately, the historic house was burnt with all its treasures in 1974, but the majestic gardens and park remain. Amongst the must-see features are the Great Fountain, the Italian Steps, the Japanese Gardens of Tranquility, the famous winged horse sculptures and the Powerscourt waterfall, the highest in Ireland. Only 45 minutes by commuter train from Dublin city centre, Bray has plenty of attractions for young and old. The beautiful promenade here is modelled on Brighton's in England. Located by the sea is Bray Sea Life, one of the country's largest all-weather marine and freshwater zoos. The promenade finishes at Bray Head. Views from its summit are breathtaking and it's not as daunting a climb up as it looks. In Bray you'll find Kilruddery House and Estate, one of the best preserved period houses in Ireland and a principal filming location for the Tudors television series. Bray is County Wicklow's event town. There's always something going on, whether in arts, culture or sport. It's simply a great place to relax and take it easy. South of Bray is the friendly town of Greystones. In 2008, Greystones won the award for the most livable community in the world, and it's a fabulous place to bring the family. Enjoy its blue flag beach, cultural activities and boutique shops. You can reach Greystones from Bray on one of the most impressive short rail journeys along the Bray Head Cliff. If you're feeling energetic, you can walk south from Greystones all the way to Wicklow town by the sea, passing through the famous wildlife beaches of Kilcool with its colonies of wild egrets, herons and abundant birdlife. I've had such a wonderful time in Wicklow, and what's really made it for me has been the scenery, of course, and the people I've met. I've already planned my next trip. County Wicklow is so diverse in its scenery, its heritage and its long history that one short visit can't do justice to all there is to see and do in this amazing county. Get on a bus tour, drive your car, motorcycle or ride your bike and discover the many corners and history of this county. Enjoy the great outdoors in Wicklow and choose from a wide range of activities to suit all ages and shapes. Talk to the locals and see why so many people for centuries now have come and settled in Wicklow. People here enjoy a unique lifestyle that this generous land has offered for generations. Wicklow gives you that full Irish experience, and all on the doorstep of one of Europe's most vibrant capital cities. To find out more on Wicklow, log on to visitwicklow.ie, and I hope to see you again soon. Thanks for watching.